Hello, everybody. I'm not good at intros. I'm just playing The Sims 2. My main goal is basically just to build a big family tree and build like an independent town. So like add stories to each character and everything. I want to try to do that. Just make up silly stories, make funny characters, and that's about it. Originally, I was gonna do something similar to like actually play the game separately and then like do voiceover of like the events of the person that I made, but I realized that's a lot of work, and I'm pretty lazy. I'm not gonna lie. But so basically, what I'm gonna do is just live stream the game, and then when you know, since I'll live stream it, you guys can see like everything that won't be cut if I choose to edit it or not. But this is just for me. You got to start somewhere. So I'm gonna start here. The game's loading right now. It's gonna be a while. I'm actually like using a Sims 2 disc. Uh, and just a little bit of history with The Sims in me. I remember playing it a lot with my older sibling. We had two computers, one really old computer and the really new computer. And so when my older sibling got The Sims 3, they were like, "Okay, since I got this new game, you can play The Sims 2 on the old computer." And so I was stuck playing The Sims 2 on the old computer for a long time. And it was fun for me. I enjoyed it. It was a fun time playing The Sims with my older sibling, just in the back room of our house. Like that's how I spent my weekends, just playing The Sims with my older sibling and just having fun. I mean, like my mom didn't approve of us spending all our weekend just in the like far in the computer room, like in the back of our house. Like, go outside. It's a sunny day. Like, nah. We rather manipulate and abuse virtual Barbies, and that's basically what The Sims is. It's just virtual Barbie dolls. It's fun. You get to make your own families, do what ifs. Cause like I remember, I know I kept seeing older sibling, but personal life stuff. I want like I remember my older sibling just making a virtual version of our family, like and they would just sort of raise the family for a short time and then just be like, okay, I'm going off to do whatever I want. They would grow themselves up, and then by the time they're like an elderly person, I'm still like a kid. My mom's still like a kid. Everybody else in our family is still like really young, and they're like an old person. They're dead, and it doesn't make any sense on a family tree because, oh, everybody's alive except for this really young old person who rapidly age because their life, they sort of separated from the other cast members. But I want to try to do that. I want to try to create a family tree, a generational tree. I'm probably gonna be like playing this for like 5 hours straight. If I fall asleep at the computer, that's my fault. But I want to have wacky stories. I probably won't be using any cheats. I do not want to use any cheats. If I use cheats, it's only for specific characters that like I want to make backstories to. But for the main family, I will not use any cheats. I do not want to like ruin them. I don't want to make them automatically rich and then because like the whole point of The Sims is like earning up to what you have. It's like you start off with a basic guy, and then he gets a family, and then his family grows up, and then there's a family tree. Because I actually want to see how big the Sims 2 family tree can get. Now I try to look online for mods to like balance patches for the game because this is a pretty old version of the game, and I've experienced crashes. Like one family that I had, it was a good family. The house got corrupted, so I could move the family out, but I couldn't like play the family inside that said house. And it happens. And like I looked online, I asked the subreddit, and like the subreddit was like, "Oh, just install these mods." And I look for the mods, but I'm looking for a specific mod, and they weren't that helpful. there should just be like a website that just says install this, so that way it will fix your game. Because like I'm just looking for a basic mod or patch fix that will just stop corruption of files and stop like, you know, lots being corrupted or families being corrupted. But right now I'm just waiting until the game loads. I actually found this disc when I was helping a family member clean out their storage. It was I found the game. It still had the disc in it, and I'm like, wow, can I have this? And they're like, yeah, sure. Plus, also I looked up online the all the cheat codes, all the strategies and stuff. And like when you're a kid playing The Sims, you don't really know what you're doing. You just sort of want to make people burn in a burn in a house. I know that seems really psychotic. I know that's really psychotic. I will not lie, that is beyond psychotic. But yeah, that's basically about it. Task manager. The Sims 2 should be loading. Please load. Come on. I had to press it again. Made it run as administrative. As yeah, administrator. That's the downside to these really old games. They take a really long time to load. I mean, like, I don't really know what to say else, but like, also sorry for any background noise. I made sure to turn on noise suppression and limiter. There we go. Now it's starting. Uh, that intro is, that's like one of the intros to your childhood. It's right up there with like watching Saturday morning cartoons while eating a big bowl of cereal and really iconic commercials. It's just nice. It's just nice to watch every time. Still loading. At least it's faster than what it was like on that old piece. Now I don't want to. Now since I'm making like a huge family tree, I don't want to do it in the basic towns that are already in the game, like Belladonna Cove. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, in River Blossom. What I'm gonna do is make an all original town, just an all original town. Hold on for one. Okay, there. Now we can start. Create a new code. A lot. Yes. Okay. That's my. Ah, shoot. I dragged the. Come on. Come on, you can strug through this. Come on, Trug. Trug. Come on, trug through this. Trug through this. Come on. Ah. I'm probably gonna have to close it and open it all because it won't, because it's just a blue screen. Open up. Now we're gonna have to go through that intro again. Hopefully this time it won't crash. Now I have to wait a long time just for the game to reload. All because of that. Because of that. You want to play like one game, one simple game, and then it just crashes on you. Really good. Mario, Luigi, and Toad look fantastic. Gosh. Okay, there we go. I'm back. OBS got disconnected, but on Twitter they finally showed off the Jack specific Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess Peach figures for Super Mario Bros. Movie. They all look fantastic, but Peach, her eyes are a little bit too far. It seems just sort of looks dead eyed. Dead eyed. I can't wait for the movie. The movie's probably gonna be, you know, good, but a little bit average, sort of like how this first Sonic movie was. Like let's be honest. The like the first Sonic movie, it was good. It was great, but like, you know, they had to change the model and a lot of other stuff. Oh no. Adult Swim has just ended its association with Justin Roiland. Rick and Morty will continue dedicated crew at work on season 7. Uh, for those who don't know, Justin Roiland is the creator of Rick and Morty. He also voices Rick and Morty. And recently, there has been a domestic dispute between him and I believe his partner, and he got arrested. And for some reason, no one really knows all the information. So, for all I know, I don't know. I don't know. Plus, also, Justin Roiland also has the show Solar Opposites on Hulu, which is part of the Disney bundle, because most of Disney's non-confident shows that they're not really confident in goes to Hulu, and also other companies sort of own Hulu, sort of like a backlot for other shows and franchises that companies aren't positive on, are on you know. But Solar Opposites, another show by Justin Roiland, is on there on Hulu. So if Adult Swim cut ties with Justin Roiland due to this event, the most likely next is Solar Opposites. That's terrible. That's a that's a shame. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the heck happened, but the best. Hold on, hold on a second. Sims 2 should still be loading. Come on, load guy. Again. That should be an update. That should be an update for that should be an update for The Sims 2. If anybody wants to mod it in, just quicker loading times. Come on, load. You know that is a downside. That is a downside. Like, you see your favorite creators, and then like slowly downhill, you slowly start, like, you've seen them grow and like rise up to fame, and then you slowly see like controversy and stuff start taking a hold of them, and then people, or like you see a really young like creator that you supported all these years, and you boost them up, and now they're popular, they're famous, they're getting all the attention and praise that they finally deserved. But now like now they have like a huge ego. They think they're better than everybody. They think that like it, you hate to see that for creators. You hate to see a person that you used to watch just start becoming a huge jerk. Just a huge just a huge a-hole. You don't want to see that from any YouTuber. You don't want to see that from your YouTuber or any famous person. But it's not like the early days of Hollywood where back in the day we used to look up to movie stars and people of popularity. Now it's more of like, oh, that's a thing. Let me just ignore it, because it's sort of like seeing a bunch of like really loud kids. If you don't give them attention, then maybe they'll stop. That's how I see it. As long as you don't give them attention, hopefully they'll stop. God. Next time when I do another Sims live stream, I'm just gonna start the game and then I'll stream instead of waiting for this long. But it's just shame because they're gonna have to replace Justin Roiland with somebody else for Rick and Morty. It's probably gonna be Michael Cusack, the creator of Smiling Friends, one of the co-creators of Smiling Friends, and also Koala Man. And that just means that, like, because that's another thing that I've noticed online. A lot of people were like, man, I'm getting sick and tired of creators making themselves as self-inserts because of Velma. But technically, creators have always been, inserting themselves into their work over time. Because like look at the guy who made Regular Show. Mordecai is just him. And also with I forgot that other show he made. He made it for HBO Max, but then they canceled it the first time, and then they canceled it a second time. But like, there's nothing wrong with having a self-insert if it's your own original project. That's for me. That's my opinion. It's okay if it's your own original property, idea, cartoon, art, whatever. It's okay. There we go. Finally. And now it's a black screen. Oh, great. I'm not even going to touch it. I don't even want to click on the window because I'm scared of... There we go. Do I dare click on it? Or should I just let it play? I'm going to let it play. I do not want to click on that and just sort of... Next time I'm playing on Linux. But I don't know how to, like, transfer the files over to Linux. Okay, I'm not moving the window. The window's staying still. I am not moving it. I learned my lesson the first time. I have learned it first time. I'm not moving. But basically, what was I saying? Oh yeah, self-inserts. It's okay to have a self-insert character or like a persona of like the main character being you. If it's your own original work, it's okay. But if it's like a franchise, like Scooby-Doo or He-Man or whatever, you do not want to, like, put yourself in that person's shoes, or like, because like it's every kid's dream to be a part of, the shows or universes that they used to watch as a kid. But it sort of starts to alienate other people who are fans also, because it sort of feels like, you're making this show for yourself, not for other people, not thinking of what since I'm a fan, I know what other fans might like. And that's the worst thing to do. A lot of people say they're fans and they just sort of like the idea of the property or franchise that they used to watch as a kid. It's not really about, like, the memories or what the show truly meant to them. It's sort of like Thundercats Go, because like the guy who made it, I remember a lot of people were talking about it. They were like, they were talking about it being like, oh, this guy doesn't really seem like a fan. He's only talking about the intro, and if you're doing the intro right, and the intro for Thundercats Roar or Thundercats Go, whatever it was called, I forgot it already, did not live up to the original Thundercats intro. And I'm not even a Thundercats fan, but if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna take a property that's beloved by all and remake it or reboot it, at least do it justice. I'm going back and watching Be Cool Scooby-Doo, a show that nobody really watched that much, and that was sort of put on Boomerang because Boomerang is sort of like the Nicktoons graveyard where shows sort of go to die and play in repeats. But I went back and actually rewatched Be Cool Scooby-Doo. It has really good humor. It's just the art style that people don't like seeing because it reminds them like some bootleg Seth MacFarlane cartoon. And also, some of the characters' personalities are a little bit weird. Fred's a little bit more aggressive as a leader, and Daphne has like a new gimmick every episode. Where like one episode she's into puppets, one episode she wants to be a mascot, one episode she's really regal. One episode she's like a really popular like mascot in Japan. And like the whole character dynamic of the original Scooby-Doo cast is that Fred's the leader, Velma's the smart one, Daphne's the damsel, Shaggy and Scooby are the decoys / goofy ones. But it's good to like change up the characteristics because Mystery Incorporated was also a good show, and Fred was sort of a decent leader, but he sort of got way into building traps and building traps and not really focusing on a relationship. And Velma was sort of an aggressive like girlfriend, even though she was probably using it as a way to hide from the reality of herself. And Daphne was just too hooked on Fred. Meanwhile, Scooby and Shaggy had like a rocky relationship, which I still think Scooby's a sort of a hypocrite because like I'm talking about Scooby-Doo again. But let's get into naming our town. Now, a good name for this town. I'm gonna name this town after my old grade school, Avalon. Now, good description. Welcome, Avalon. Small little town. Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll expand upon it when I more stuff. Okay, Avalon, let's go. Let's go, baby. And the game is now not responding. Now it is responding. Thank God. Now the game's not responding. God, this. Yeah, I need to download some mods so that way the game doesn't always crash and that it loads faster. If anybody has good mods or like game fixes for this game where it loads the game quicker and it doesn't, always buffer the game, please let me know, please. I do not want to have to sit through like a whole hour of just waiting for the Sims 2 to load. And this is like a decent PC that I have. It should be able to run like really old games. And now it's not responding again because it's loading. Now it's loading. But not responding again. I'm just gonna move my. But yeah, you just don't want to see the things that you love and grew up with just get tainted by other people who so-called call themselves fans, or people who think that they know what's best for a you know like a franchise or idea. I will say this. I will say this. Most shows do go underappreciated until people realize that there are some actual terrible things that are out there. But the other thing is that, like, I've watched some good shows, but they slowly start, going downhill, downhill afterwards. And like it makes people sort of question, like, are you sure you're doing a good thing or writing? Or like, are you sure you're actually focusing on what the fans want and not what you want? And if you give too much to fans, they sort of, start taking, not advantage, but they start underappreciating how much work goes into it. I don't know. Because, like, I've seen, like, a reboot of the Thomas the Tank Engine franchise. Like, I'm not a huge Thomas the Tank Engine fan, but they literally, like, made Thomas, like, a kid now, and, like, Gordon's, like, this big adult. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm old or something, but it's just me. But, we got our town here. We got Avalon. Now, before I start making the families and stuff, I want to make some, like, independent houses. Okay, good. I was about to get scared for a second. I click one house and it automatically just starts turning down. Okay, so let's see. Is this a decently sized house lot? Yeah, I think this one's good. Okay, what I want to do is, like, just design a bunch of houses. Hold on a sec. You can't hear the music, it's because I click off the window. I'm gonna make, like, the Family Guy and the Simpsons house. What street? The Simpsons live on? Evergreen Terrace, that's it. Okay, I'm just gonna... Alright, let's start with the Simpsons house. Because... Not Simpsons, Family Guy's house. I'm just looking up what their house layout is. Fun fact. Only in the first few seasons of Family Guy they ever used the side room. Like, you know, the... Ah, come on! You know what? I'm playing on Linux. Screw this. I am playing on Linux. How the game crashed just because I started loading. Oh God. You know what? I'm gonna call it there. I am gonna call it there. I'll probably pick up in a little bit, but I gotta switch over to Linux, play the game there. For some reason, Windows does not want to act nicely to the game. I'll see you guys in a bit.